Welcome back, all my fellow D-Leaguers, all you big swingers, and anyone in between. My name is Michael. This is D-League BP. In today's video, I've got a treat. I got the Blue Flame pitching machine, and I'm going to give you a full review of the product. So I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to get it dialed in. We're going to take it, and we're going to do some batting practice with it. I'm going to give you my thoughts and impressions of it at each step along the way here. So before I do that, though, before we get into it, before we unbox it, big shout out to Rob, friend, teammate who bought this and then lent it to me so that I could do this video and content for you. In exchange, I'm going to put it together for him. So I guess it's a win-win for him, a win for you, win-win-win. Everybody wins. Let's get it. Just open the whole box. Surprisingly fewer pieces than I thought. All right, so I got it unboxed. Fewer pieces than I thought. All we need is 2 9/16 wrenches and a Phillips head screwdriver in my focus there. And amazingly, it's saying there are 5 steps. So hopefully this won't take very long. It'll go right together. So I'm going to get back to it. Just remove the large knob from the front leg assembly. Align it. Reattach. I'm guessing this piece came out of here. Yeah. All right. All right, then we need the throwing arm. All right. So we're removing these parts right here. All right, that makes sense. We can definitely do that. So once we get that in, then what we do is we are going to align the throwing arm base to the base assembly, attach the 2 balls of washer to tighten. Spring to the front. There we go. So far, so good. Excellent. Alright. So then all we're doing is removing two bolts down here. And this here gets tightened down, but not over tight, because you want this to be able to move. You want this arm to be able to move. Feels like perfect. All right, Just up here, and that is just a couple screws. Use a drill, but I do believe you'd be doing overkill. And the cool thing is I don't know, we'll show while we have it, as a list of adjustments on the top. fight, I shouldn't fight, because just swap it out and try the other screw first. Just didn't want to line up. But nothing difficult to it. So far, this is simple, super simple. Even if you're not handy, you can do this. Super cool, super easy. Alright, so we got those two pieces on. At that point, attach the optional spikes front leg on the front legs. Don't want this to go everywhere, but it looks like you can drop them in there so that you have something to really kind of dig it down to the ground, to hold it in place. Seems pretty cool, but honestly, I don't want to mess up my floor, so I'm not going to drop them in there right now. Final step, it says use the pin, attach the spring to the number holding the power pedal, desired speed based on chart, and then detach it when you're not in use. So that's what they're saying here. I did put it on backwards, but in my defense, they give you these numbers. The numbers are actually going to be on the bottom. When you're looking at it. So, can be a little confusing. And my mistake, hopefully, if you watch this and you go by this, it won't be your mistake. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so unboxing was simple, assembly was simple, even with that mistake, which hopefully now that you've seen me make it, I really don't think I'm the first person to do that, but seeing me make it, you won't make it. 15 minutes, you're going to be set up and ready to go. This is something, if you have the wrenches or the ratchets and the screwdriver, you could set up at the ball field, get the package, take it out to the ball field. You don't have to do this in your garage, your workshop. This is easier. The chair that I'm sitting in required assembly. It took me twice as long, and I said twice as many curse words in that assembly than I did the Blue Flame. Assembly required, not an issue, truly not an issue. So what's left to do is to get it to the ball field. We're going to try to set it up from the bump so that we actually have full length pitches. I will get it dialed in, and we will share the numbers, each of the settings on the Blue Flame once we figure out what we like best, so that it saves you some time when you get there. And then we'll get some pitches off of it, and we'll give you our thoughts on how we actually like hitting off of it. So see you at the field. All right, so one more time, big shout out to Rob for picking up this Blue Flame pitching machine to use during batting practice. It was excellent. Your ability to catch fly balls, not so much. Warning to anybody in batting practice, dropping fly balls on camera, you might be featured. As for the machine itself, it's fantastic. It throws quality strikes each and every time, depth-wise, and it's got just enough play in the front arm that you can attach it to the release arm by moving it left to right just slightly, and it will throw the ball to the inside part of the plate, the outside part of the plate. It allows you to hit the entire field during your batting practice. All right, so the speed settings they give you outside of column B, I found this to be completely worthless. Where the spring attaches to the power pedal, we went with hole number 2. It recommended 7 or 8 or 9 to throw 50 feet. Hole number 2 worked just fine throwing that distance. On the throwing arm, it recommended hole number 1, which would have put it as far away from the release arm as possible. We went with hole number 5. It put it close to the release arm. I think the sticker's on upside down, which is why I put it together incorrectly to begin with. And then on the release arm itself, hole number 4 worked just fine for us for the height of the pitches. When it's all set up, the ball is really close to the release arm and the spring is kind of far away from the release arm. To work it, you just push the power pedal down with 1 foot, pull this release arm back smoothly, and it will just throw strike after strike for you. It's easy to assemble. The front leg comes off of it really easy, so it's fairly easy to transport, and it performs fantastic. It just pitch after pitch with strike. You didn't have to take pitches. You didn't have to swing at bad pitches. Overall, love this little pitching machine. If you want to pick one up, go do it. At this point in the video, you can see that the white pelicans are about to attack. So I'm going to bail out of this video just like I did batting practice, man. I ran. I'm scared of birds. Terrified. I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you watched this far, I really appreciate it. Keep doing your thing. Peace.